Hi students, so in this video we are going to continue our discussion of properties of triangles chapter. So in properties of triangles chapter, now we are going to discuss circles connected with triangles. That is, we are going to discuss about incircle and excircle in triangle ABC and the related properties. Okay, so first let us discuss about incircle. So what is incircle? So basically, in triangle ABC, when we consider the internal bisectors of angle A, angle B, angle C, internal angle bisector of A, bisector of B, bisector of C. So the point of concurrence of internal bisectors of angle ABC will be called as incenter, which is denoted with I. So incenter is basically point of concurrence of internal bisectors of angles of triangle. So let us suppose incenter somewhere here. So basically incenter lies inside the triangle only. So with this incenter I, with I as center, if we draw a circle touching all the sides of the triangle internally, then this circle is called as incircle. So incircle is a circle drawn with I as center, touching all the sides of triangle internally. Now, if this is incircle, then the radius of this incircle will be called as inradius, denoted as small r. So small r is the radius of incircle. This circle radius, which we denote with the letter small r. So in this particular figure, let me consider this incenter joined with vertices A, B and C. So I am joining incenter with the vertices. Now the triangle is divided into three parts. So triangle is divided into three triangles now. AIB triangle, BIC triangle and AIC triangle. So next what I will do is, with I, from I will draw a perpendicular onto the side BC, which is nothing but your inradius polar. I will draw a perpendicular from I onto side AC, and this is also small r in radius. I will draw a perpendicular from I onto side AB, and even this is small r in radius. So we have considered three perpendiculars drawn from I to the three sides. And when we are drawing perpendicular onto side, that is nothing but in radius small r. So now in this particular figure, let us calculate or let us derive a formula related with area of triangle. So what I am doing is, area of triangle ABC, area of triangle ABC. So this complete area of triangle ABC is divided into three parts. Because the triangle is divided into three parts, that is three triangles, area of triangle ABC can be area of triangle AIB plus area of triangle BIC plus area of triangle AIC. Okay, so area of triangle ABC means, that is area of triangle AIB plus triangle BIC plus triangle AIC. So area of these three triangles, when we are adding, that will be area of triangle ABC. Now area of triangle ABC we can denote with symbol delta. Delta is the symbol for area of triangle ABC. For area of triangle AIB now see. Generally area of triangle means half into base into height. So if I am taking AIB triangle, if this AB is taken as base, then this becomes the altitude. Okay, so therefore the perpendiculars which we have considered here in triangle AIB, this IF becomes the altitude. If AB is taken as base, IF is the altitude. In triangle BIC, if BC is base, this ID becomes altitude. In triangle AIC, if AC is taken as base, this IE becomes the altitude. So therefore, area of triangle AIB. So first you see this one. So I can write that as half into base AB into height IF, or altitude is IF. So next triangle BIC, this one. So half into base BC, altitude or height is ID. Next triangle AIC, half into base is AC, height is IE, or altitude is IE. So now half BC or AB can be taken as small c. IF is actually smaller, that is in radius, plus half into this BC small a. ID can be taken as smaller again. AC can be taken as small b, and IE is again in radius smaller. So therefore half into R common. So 1 by 2 R is common. What is left now? C plus A plus B is left. Okay, so half R, this is A plus B plus C, no? A plus B plus C is 2S. Delta value we are calculating this 2 I can cancel. Therefore what we get here? Delta is equal to RS. So this is the relation. Area of triangle delta is R into S, where small r is in radius and S is semi-perimeter. Or I can write that R is equal to delta by S. This is very important relation. So connecting the in circle or in radius. This is a very important relation. Now using this relation, let us try to derive one more condition. Okay, so one more condition in terms of small r, we will derive using this delta is equal to RS condition. Now we derived delta is equal to RS actually. So from this I am going to derive one more condition. We know that delta is equal to 2R square sin A sin B sin C, where capital R is the circumradius. Capital R is radius of circumcircle related to triangle ABC. So delta 2R square sin A sin B sin C, that is equal to R into S. What is S? Semi-perimeter. So S is A plus B plus C by 2. So S is A plus B plus C by 2. Next, so 2R square, I will write sin A as 2 sin A by 2 cos A by 2. Sin B I can write as 2 sin B by 2 cos B by 2. Sin C I can write as 2 sin C by 2 cos C by 2. So this is the LHS 2R square sin A sin B sin C. Actually we have written the formulas for sin A sin B sin C. Now coming to RHS, small r. Now using sine rule, small a is 2r sine a, this b is 2r sine b, c is 2r sine c. So 2r I will take common. So 2r sine a plus 2r sine b plus 2r sine c. 2r common, we will get 2r times sine a plus sine b plus sine c by 2. So these two I can cancel. Similarly, this capital R, here R square is there, no square I am cancelling. So capital R, one capital R term will be cancelled on both sides. Now using transformation techniques or transformation conditions, this sin A plus sin B plus sin C in triangle ABC, that is whenever A plus B plus C is 180, in transformations topic we have learned the conditions for the expressions of this type. So that I will use here. So the LHS is now 2R 2 sin A by 2 cos A by 2 2 sin B by 2 cos B by 2 2 sin C by 2 cos C by 2. This is LHS. And coming to RHS, that is small r sin A plus sin B plus sin C using transformation conditions, that will be 4 cos A by 2 cos B by 2 cos C by 2. So in transformations topic of trigonometry, we learned all these conditions. Now I can cancel 2, 2 and 4. Next, I can cancel cos A by 2, cos B by 2 and cos C by 2 on both sides. Now what is left in the LHS? In the LHS, 2r and 2 is there. So 2 into 2r, 4r, sin A by 2, sin B by 2, sin C by 2. So 4r sin A by 2, sin B by 2, sin C by 2. RHS, what is left? Only small r is left. So this is the another condition for small r, that is for in radius. This is another condition or formula. So we learned one formula, that is r is equal to delta by s. Now this is one more condition we are learning, that is r in terms of angles. You can write as 4r sin A by 2 sin B by 2 sin C by 2, where capital R is the circumradius of triangle ABC. So third condition for r I am deriving now. Small r is equal to s minus a into tan A by 2. I will derive this condition now. So I am taking RHS s minus a tan A by 2, half angle formulas. We derived all the formulas for half angles. So tan A by 2 using half angle formulas. Tan A by 2 is s minus b into s minus c by delta. Tan A by 2 formula, half angle formula we substituted. Now let me divide and multiply with s. So s minus a, s minus b, s minus c is there in the numerator. I am multiplying with s and dividing with s. So what is the numerator now? So s into s minus a, s minus b, s minus c, this is formula for delta square. The delta is under root s minus a, s minus b, s minus c. Under root. Root is not there. So this is actually delta square. Heron's formula. So delta square for numerator, denominator s delta. So delta and 1 delta will be cancelled. delta by S is left. And what is delta by S? That is nothing but small r, which is equal to LHS. So r is equal to S minus A into tan A by 2 is one more condition we derived for r. Similarly, we can also prove that r is equal to S minus B into tan B by 2 and r is equal to S minus C into tan C by 2. We can also derive two more values or two more conditions similar to this one. We can write r like this also. So these are the formulas, main formulas which we are going to use while solving the problems. Now let us discuss about X center. In center conditions we discussed, now X center. So X center means actually in triangle ABC, when we are considering triangle ABC, we can actually draw three X circles. Opposite to vertex A we will get one, opposite to vertex B and opposite to vertex C. Three X circles can be drawn to triangle ABC. Correspondingly, three X centers will be there for those three circles. So let us consider X circle opposite to vertex A. So to get that X circle opposite to vertex A, what we have to do is consider the internal bisector of angle A, consider the external bisectors of angle B and C, the point of concurrence of internal bisector of A, external bisectors of BC. Point of concurrence of those will be X center opposite to vertex A, denoted as I1. Okay, so if I consider extended side AB like this, extended side AC like this, so internal bisector of angle A, external bisectors of angle B, angle C, the point of concurrence of these will be X center opposite to vertex A, denoted as I1. So with I1 as center, if we draw a circle touching all the sides, so touching all the sides means with I1 as center, we draw a circle which touches BC, extended side of AB, extended side of AC. So you will get a circle something like this. So this is actually X circle opposite to vertex A. X circle opposite to vertex A, and the center of this circle is I1, which is called as X center opposite to vertex A. Now similarly, we can draw X circle opposite to vertex B. We can draw X circle opposite to vertex C. The radius of this X circle is taken as R1. Radius of X circle opposite to B is taken as R2. Radius of this is R1. Radius of X circle opposite to C is taken as R3. So R1, R2, R3 small letters will be the radius of three X circles opposite to A, opposite to B, opposite to C. Now in this particular figure, I will consider a perpendicular drawn from I to the side BC. This is perpendicular drawn from I to BC. So this is the foot of the perpendicular. Next I will draw a perpendicular drawn from this I1 to the extended side AB. I will take this as E, and I will draw perpendicular from I1 to the extended side AC. take this as F. So D, E, F are the foot of the perpendiculars drawn from I1 to the sides. Now this I1D, I1E, I1F all are radius of this particular circle. So this is R1, even this is R1, even this is R1. Now in this particular figure, if I take area of triangle ABC, so we can express the area like this. So I can take the area of triangle ABC as area of triangle AI1B plus area of triangle AI1C, AI1B area, AI1C area. Means you will get this region actually. From that I will remove area of BI1C. So AI1B area, AI1C area means this figure. From that we will remove this part. Then we will get area of triangle ABC. So this minus area of triangle BI1C. So area of triangle ABC is actually delta. Area of triangle AI1, sorry, this is I1B. Area of triangle AI1B means in triangle AI1B, so area of triangle AI1B means, this area of triangle AI1B means if AB is taken as base, this I1E becomes the altitude or height. Okay? So area of triangle AI1C means if AC is taken as base, this becomes the altitude or height. For BI1C, if BC is taken as base, I1D becomes the height or altitude. So therefore for first triangle, half into base AB, height is I1E. For second triangle, that is AI1C, base is AC, height is taken as I1F. Next, minus for third triangle, if base is taken as BC, then height becomes I1D. So next, delta is equal to half. This AB is nothing but small c. I1 is actually R1. Next, AC means small b. I1F is again R1. BC is small a. I1D is again R1. So delta is equal to half R1 you can take common. So C plus B minus A. If half R1 is common, C plus B minus A. What is C plus B minus A? We discussed already. C plus B minus A, if you want this value, you just add A and subtract A. I am adding A, subtracting A. C plus B minus A, this middle portion is same. Adding A, subtracting A. Now A plus C plus B means that is 2S. A plus C plus B. Minus A means minus 2A. So that is 2 times S minus A. C plus B minus A value is 2 times S minus A. This value. So delta is equal to half R1. So this is 2 times S minus A. 2 cancel. So delta is equal to R1 S minus A, which implies R1 is equal to delta by S minus A. So this is the relation R1. Now we discussed that we can draw X circle opposite to vertex B. For X circle opposite to vertex B, R2 is the radius of that X circle. R2 is the radius of X circle opposite to vertex B. So similarly, we can derive that R2 is S minus B. And R3 is the radius of X circle opposite to vertex C. Okay? And we can derive that R3 is delta by S minus C. So these are the formulas related to R1, R2, R3, which are radius of X circles opposite to vertex A, R1, opposite to vertex B, R2, opposite to vertex C, R3 are the radius of X circles. Now we will derive some more relations connected to R1, R2, R3. Now we just derived the formula delta is equal to R1 into S minus A. So in place of delta, we can use 2R squared sin A, sin B, sin C. R1 write as is. We know S is A plus B plus C by 2. So this is A plus B plus C by 2 minus A. So A plus B plus C by 2 minus A means we will get B plus C minus A by 2. A plus B plus C by 2 minus A. Okay, next 2R square. In place of sin A, we will write 2 sin A by 2 cos A by 2. Same procedure as we did when we have derived the formula for small r. Sin B I am writing as 2 sin B by 2 cos B by 2. Sin C I am writing as 2 sin C by 2 cos C by 2. Next, R1 I will write as it is in the right side part. So using sine rule formulas, small b 2r sin b, small c is 2r sin c, small a is 2r sin a. So 2r sin b, 2r sin c, 2r sin a. 2r common. Sin b plus sin c minus sin a whole by 2. This 2 I can cancel, and in RHS, LHS this capital R, 1 R I can cancel. Now using transformation rules, in transformation topic of trigonometry we have learned all these conditions. So using transformations I will substitute the result of this directly. So now, so in the LHS, 2R, 2 sin A by 2 cos A by 2, 2 sin B by 2 cos B by 2, 2 sin C by 2 cos C by 2. LHS, RHS we can see R1 into, for sin B plus sin C minus sin A, the result is 4 4 cos A by 2 sin B by 2 sin C by 2. So this is the result. For sin B plus sin C minus sin A, this is the result when we are using transformation conditions. Now, we will cancel 2 into 2, 4 I can cancel. Cos A by 2 cancel. Sin B by 2 cancel. Sin C by 2 cancel. So in the in the LHS what is left? 2R into 2, that means 4R sin A by 2 cos b by 2, cos c by 2. So 4r sin a by 2, cos b by 2, cos c by 2. In the LHS, in the RHS, R1 is left. So this is the formula, or this is another condition which we derived for R1. Similarly, we can get R2 as 4R cos A by 2 sin B by 2 cos C by 2. For R2 we can get like this, and for R3 we can get 4R cos A by 2 cos B by 2 sin C by 2 for R3. So these are the conditions for R1, R2, R3. Okay, so let us derive one more condition now for R1, R2, R3. So let us derive one more condition for this R1, R2, R3. So R1 is equal to S tan A by 2. So let me prove this. I am taking RHS. So RHS S into tan A by 2, half angle formula. So tan A by 2 is S minus B into S minus C by delta. Now I will divide and multiply with S minus A. Divide and multiply with S minus A. So in the numerator multiply with S minus A, and denominator also multiply with S minus A. Numerator, this S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C will be delta square. Denominator S minus A into delta. So one delta we can cancel. Therefore delta by S minus A is left, and this delta by S minus A is the formula of R1, which is equal to LHS. So by taking RHS, we got the LHS. So this is the simple proof for R1 is equal to S tan A by 2. So similarly, we can also prove that R2 will be S tan B by 2. R3 will be S tan C by 2. So these are the conditions for R1, R2, R3. And for R1, we have one more condition, S minus C into cot B by 2. S minus B into cot C by 2. For R1, we have conditions like this also, and we can prove the conditions similar to this one. So in the same process as we have proved this one, we can prove all these conditions in the similar process. Okay. So now R1 we have written like this, no? So similarly R2 can be written as S minus A into cot C by 2 or S minus C into cot A by 2. This is for R2. R3 S minus A into cot B by 2, or you can write as S minus B into cot A by 2. So this is for R3. So all these are conditions related or connected with R1, R2, R3.